Hello everyone, welcome back to Happy Life, Better Life. I thank you for tuning in, for watching this video. If you didn't hear my disclaimer before, I'm having some dental work done and it's going to be a process because it's very expensive. So in the meantime, I decided not to allow that to prevent me from making more content because, hey, it's just a fact of life at this point, but hopefully you'll be able to look beyond it. I want to acknowledge, you see this wonderful t-shirt that I'm wearing. I call it my Lady Sings the Blues t-shirt, but this t-shirt, I love it, love it, love it. It's by Mahogany Closet on Etsy. And I just wanted to give them a shout out, and I wanted you to see this because I love it. I ordered this t-shirt for me and another one for my daughter that says melanin on it, really beautiful. So I just want to give a shout out to this black entrepreneur because I love her work. And so you can check her out on Etsy, and it's called Mahogany Closet, Mahogney, I believe. So check it out. In the meantime, I want to have some real talk today about starting over in your 40s and 50s, dealing with financial hardship, because there's a lot of people out there who are struggling and they're not really sure what to do, especially if they've been married most of their life and then they find themselves single. If you were someone who was already working and you had a job, then you're doing well, and that's great. But if you're not gainfully employed and you're really struggling, and you have kids and stuff with you that you're raising, this is what I want to tell you. I remember when I was working and I lost my job, and a family member said to me, go and apply for unemployment today. She was like, don't wait, because it starts from when you first apply. So she was like, go and apply for unemployment today. So when you are getting ready to be, single and on your own, and if you know you're not gainfully employed and you're going to have the children with you and you're not in a situation where you're getting, alimony and stuff like that to help, or if you are, but maybe it's not a lot, I want you to make sure that you go and apply for public assistance, especially if you don't have family, or even if you do, but you qualify for it. Listen, initially we have pride about some things, but it comes to a point when survival is the most important thing. It's the greatest priority. So go and apply for public assistance. Make sure that you can get food stamps so you can have food in your home. They usually, when it comes to cash and stuff like that, it's usually not a lot if you're even able to get it, but I would definitely say apply. And I also say, if you're not in a situation where you have the home and you have a place for your children and you know that you guys are going to be, secure there, but if you're in a situation where everything has been uprooted, I would say go and apply for Section 8. I say apply for Section 8. A lot of times, depending on where you live, it may be a long waiting list. So the sooner you apply, the better. Sometimes they have opportunities to relocate to another area. That might be something you want to consider. You can go and Google the area, see what it's like. I'm going to be honest, like I live in a town in Pennsylvania, and we had people relocating from New Jersey and New York and stuff who were on Section 8 because they didn't have housing available there, but they had housing available in my area because my area is sort of like it's sort of like a rural town. Now I live in actually what's the city, but most of the areas around me are pretty rural, and so we had a lot of houses, but didn't have people in those homes, didn't have families in those homes. So that situation, it's It's been a mixed bag, but my point is for you that you can look at some of those different things, because definitely for people coming from those areas to our area, it was definitely an upgrade. Now, the problem was it wasn't very diverse, so some of them, definitely had issues with that. But when it came to them getting a home here, it was a much better home than what they would have gotten where they were. And you're talking a big house, you're talking a big yard, you're talking good schools, you're talking much less crime. That's how it was when we had so many people coming from other areas. So that's just my little tidbit, because I know a little bit about certain things like that because of the work that I do. So you definitely want to apply for Section 8. The other thing is, if you are not gainfully employed, because you might be in a situation where you're experiencing financial hardship, you will qualify for financial aid if you want to go back to school. You will qualify for grants if you want to go back to school. So my thing is, while you find yourself in this place, my mindset was whatever I qualify for, I want it, and that's the same kind of mindset you have to have. Now, it doesn't mean that you intend to stay there forever, that you intend to stay and be dependent on the system forever. No, I didn't look at it that way. And as a matter of fact, my mindset was, while I qualify for this, I want whatever I qualify for. I want everything I qualify for. But my mindset was that I'm not going to be here always. And I wasn't. There was a time I worked as many as 3 jobs at one time. And I say that over and over again because it was not easy. It wasn't easy by any means, but you can do it. You can make your situation better. So if you're in a situation and you're experiencing financial hardship, I gave you 3 things already. Number 1, go ahead and apply for public assistance. Go ahead and apply for Section 8. And if you want to go back to school, if you want to better yourself, apply for financial aid so you can take classes. You can even do it online, and sometimes there's programs where if you don't have a computer, you can get a free computer. You can get free Wi-Fi. You qualify for that. People don't know. When you qualify for food stamps, you can also qualify for a cell phone. Yes, for a cell phone, so that you don't have to pay. You get a certain amount of minutes, but you do not have to pay for a cell phone. So these are just some things that I'm throwing out there. Hopefully it helps somebody, because maybe you didn't know this, and there are programs even through like T-Mobile and Sprint and different things like that, where you can get free service for them, or you can get very reduced cost service from them. So you can have free and reduced Wi-Fi for your home. So listen, these things are out there, and if you didn't know, I'm telling you, and I want you to try to look into these things and pursue them. So this is just me, sharing some information, because listen, we're all in here, we're on the same boat together. We're growing and learning together. And I just wanted to encourage you today, and I wanted to give you some tools that you might be able to use and see if these things can benefit you and help you. And maybe, like I say, some of the things you might have known about, maybe you didn't. And, this is a really, really good tip right here. I know in Pennsylvania, I'm not sure about other areas, but when you are on food stamps and you have a food stamp card, you are able to actually go to different, I would say, like amusements and venues, like what do you call them? Your museums. Like I know in Philadelphia, they have a bunch of different museums there. They have the Art Museum, they have the Franklin Institute, they have one for kids and stuff like that. And you can actually use your food stamp card. I think you pay like, sometimes it's like $2 per person to get in. And some of these places might cost more than $20 and $30, and you were getting in for $2 a person. And sometimes, I know at one point it was like maybe you paid for the first person, but you could have up to 4 people going with you. So you can, take your children with you. I mean, you can, do it for yourself. Maybe you have a moment and you have time and you need to just get away. You can do that. So you need to look into that. Look into it, because a lot of times when you're in these situations, there are things available that we don't know about. So make sure that you find out. There's also programs available for people, because this is the thing. When you are on your own and you have your children, there are 2 things you really need to have. You need to have a stable residence, and you need to have a vehicle. So if you don't have a vehicle, also look into programs and grants for those things, to help you get a vehicle, to help you maintain your vehicle, and things like that. And I always say, get really friendly with your well, I guess she's not your social worker, but when you apply for public assistance, you have a caseworker. So I guess that's what I'm trying to say, a caseworker. And make sure you get in good with them. Ask questions. Ask them about programs. Ask them about resources. Tell them what you want to do. If you want to go back to school, you might want to go back for nursing or something like that. You might want to learn a trade, whatever it is. Don't be shy. That's the other thing. Listen, put pride and ego aside. Just do what you have to do to get it done. So this is me encouraging you today. Hopefully that will help someone who's experiencing hardship right now, who's going through some financial difficulties, because sometimes we might have to move in with other people, but technically, at that moment in time, you are experiencing maybe one of the downs, but listen, it's not going to be down always. It's not. It's going to get better. But I just wanted to, give you those little tips so that you can, think about some things that you can do to change your situation. And hopefully that will be of help to you. Please let me know in the comments if this was helpful. If there's other things that you have questions about, I have no problem looking into things and researching it. So, definitely, just put your comments there, like, subscribe, and, let me know if there's something else that I can do to help. In the meantime, I want you to have a happy life and a better life, and many hugs, and just have a great day today. Keep your head up, okay? Bye-bye.